Good evening, everybody. My name is Iain Mason, and welcome to the Sensing Spirituality Radio Show, brought to you in association with A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV, where, as always, with love, we welcome you. I love that. It's their logo. I absolutely love it. It's fantastic. Now, I hope you're all well and you've had a most fantastic week. Sadly, this week has been a bit sad. I didn't grow the full head of hair that I was hoping to, but what can you do? At least I'm aerodynamic, that's what I say. Now, this week has been an interesting week, actually, and I had some dear friends of mine, Matt and Kirsty Grogan, do a reading for me, a tarot reading as it happens on Facebook Live yesterday. And it was really, really interesting, and there are some thoughts I'd like to share with you. And I will have to just glance down and look at my screen down here for a moment to just give you what I wanted to share with you, because one of the things about this show, my passion, what I want to help yourselves with so we can all get better together, is that in life we do get stuck. We have challenges, we don't understand them at the time, we see that we're stuck, our headlights go down, we stop looking ahead, and we get into a bit of a panic or overwhelm sets in. And the one thing that happens when overwhelm sets in, oh dear, is that we panic. And we're not able to keep what I want to say is conscious contact with all that we are and all that is. And it's really, really important that we do, because you see, when that panic sets in, and we all have our own version of what that panic might be, we just can't do the simplest of tasks, whether it's open our car door, get the toaster to work, or whatever it is. But I love this. I love this little saying here. Now, Matt and Kirsty Grogan, dear friends of mine, in fact, I've worked with them on platform in churches, and they gave me last night the magic prayer card. And it is from an Enchanted Map Oracle card deck. And what it always comes across with is a really lovely, powerful message, which is, thy will be done through me, thy will and not my will be done. And in other words, what I get from that is that, you know what, as we go through life, as I said before, 2 weeks ago now, what we actually ask for is for guidance in some way, shape or form, whether it's panic or prayer, because they're the two P's that, for me, really hit home for us. But we always ask for help in some guidance. Now, it's a really funny thing, because prayer is whatever you send out as your intent into the universe, to God or whomever God is for you. And it really is very, very powerful. It's really, really important to say that out loud sometimes. Now, it's great to meditate on it. It's absolutely great to hold out in your visions and set your daily intentions. But sometimes saying it out loud helps. Why? Because it affirms it back to you, because you hear yourself saying it. And what it helps to do is to reprogram your subconscious. And there's that old saying that sometimes, you know, we really need to believe in ourselves before we really believe in ourselves. And as nuts as that might sound to you, when we actually hear ourselves saying what we feel, it hits home on a different chord. Now, I absolutely love this card, because it gave me this wonderful idea that it's really how we can sort of program our way out of the situations that we find ourselves in. And when we go through life, we have many, many challenges every single day. I don't care how tall you are, how wealthy you are, or whatever, you still have the same issues and challenges to face. Because you see, as we go through life, we still aren't always sure that we're happy with where we are right now. And actually, to some extent, your purpose here, to do thy will on earth as it's done in heaven, is already pre-programmed, it's pre-done. It's about you finding your way with that purpose. And that was the point about that opening message, thy will be done through me, thy will, not mine, be done. Because what we actually do is we ask for that guidance to fall in harmony with and to get in sync with, you know, the bigger picture and our part in it, that cog in the wheel. So it's so important that we understand that our free will, what we think is right and what we should be doing, we don't try and overrule the universe. Because you know what? out of the two places that could come from that, I suspect we would come second. Why? No, not because it's some sort of malicious attack, but because it's not meant to be. It's like when you do things that you know inherently aren't right, or you do it with an agenda that you feel you want to get something out of it. So by doing this, I hope to get that out of it. It's what the Course in Miracles calls an unholy relationship. It's not natural. And so what I want to say to you is that the best definition of truth that I've found is truth are the feelings you experience that work their way back to the intention you started your actions with, and you feel that in your heart. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, you already know where whatever course of action is going to take you, because it depends how you start that action, i.e. with what intent, pure or impure. It's as simple as that. And so if we actually surrender ourselves and we ask for that guidance, thy will to be done through us, then quite often what you'll find is that you'll be able to get out of your own way. So I really, really hope on some level that just brings in what I want to say is a little bit of divine guidance for you, but more importantly, where I'm coming from is to show you that to connect with all that is here for you, to ask for that to help you, to guide me, and so it is the way forward. It is that conscious contact and connection that we have. And when we have that, when our personality aligns with our soul, we have authentic alignment, and then we have authentic power. In other words, we can feel that connection, and it leads to a knowing of what we need to do and where that knowing takes us, and life becomes a lot more smooth. So I hope that resonates. I hope that really helps you. Do please try this stuff out. It really does work. Now, we've got Danny in Sydney, New South Wales, Australia, who's ready to come on to the show. And Danny, we welcome you. Good evening. How are you?
Oh, good, thanks. How are you?
I'm fantastic, thank you. And how was your day today? Have you had a great day?
Yeah, I haven't gone to sleep yet because it's 5 a.m. over here, so I was just waiting for the call.
Oh, okay. Okay, I can just about hear you, so if I could just trouble you to speak up a little bit. No, don't worry. I'm 50 next year, so the old ears aren't as good as they used to be. I'm going to have to get one of those trumpets or something, you know. But that's right. How's it I can help you this evening?
Good, thank you.
How can we help you this evening, Danny?
Oh, I just rang out just to ask about my future life path.
I'm sorry, your future
life path, if I'm heading in the right direction.
Okay. All right, and just for like a general reading around that?
Yes, please. That would be lovely.
Okay. All right. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat this evening, little rascal. Okay. That's the polite version, you see. Spirituality is wonderful. It's an opportunity to practice patience, so they say. Okay, all right. Now, would you understand that what I'm getting for you at the moment, just feeling your energy and looking into your energies, do you understand that you are actually disconnected from your own spiritual path?
No, I don't think that would be the right thing, no.
Well, in other words, the way that I'm seeing the energy around you is that it's not that you don't have contact, but if you like, there's a break in the alignment for you to know which direction to go in.
Right.
Does that make sense for you?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. All right. Right. Well, this is.
Sorry.
Okay. No, that's all right. This is what I'm seeing for you now.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just work out what's going on here. Okay. Oof. Okay. Right. Now, do you understand a gentleman that passes to spirit who would have suffered from a head trauma or a head condition, please?
Just trying to think. I'm not 100% sure. I need more information. Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay, all right. Well, so I've got this gentleman that's making himself known, who would be on Dad's side of the family there, and it actually feels like Dad's dad. But he's talking to me about issues to do with his head and his complications with his passing.
Yeah, that makes a bit of sense. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you very well.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I said that seems to make a bit of sense. Yes.
I'm sorry, Danny. I really can't hear you at all. Did you say you understood
now,
that?
Sorry?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
Do you understand that gentleman?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, all right. What I want to say is he's a gentleman that would be quite an organised fellow, and he would want things either set out or organised and done just so. Does that make sense for you?
Yeah. I didn't know him, but from what I've heard about him, yeah, that fits the.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, because he just comes close. He comes close for me here. Now he's putting up the letter A, a big capital A. So I don't know how that relates to you. It feels like that has a place connection rather than a name connection for me in the energy that he puts through me. Would you understand that?
No, it doesn't fit at all.
Okay, all right. That's strange because I just feel that I need to acknowledge A. He's putting up a big A. Okay, all right. Now my geography of Australia isn't fantastic, but as I'm just asking him here in my mind, he's just talking to me and he's given me Adelaide as a reference. I don't know how that is or where that relates to you, but he's telling me to tell you Adelaide.
Okay, I'll keep that on board. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, okay, he's telling me 47 is important, but this feels like a reference to an age and things that happen at that age. Would that resonate with you?
I'm sorry, I don't know much about him, but it could fit, yeah.
No, it's either with you or with him. He's just talking about 47 being significant and changes around 47, and it feels to me like the age 47.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's in relation to him.
Okay. All right. Okay. But what he's making me very much aware of, where he's organised, it just makes me feel that for you at the moment, it's like I've got a box of broken biscuits, and I know that what I want to say is that he's quite not concerned would be the right word, but he just feels that you're not your normal self right now in how you go through your day-to-day activities. Does that make sense? A little disjointed, a little bit broken. Yeah. Okay. He says you've been doing a lot of soul searching over relationships, please. What you want, where you're going, is it going to get you where you want to be?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. And he just gives me this message to say to you, hold on in there, hold on in there. It will all make sense for you very soon. Now, he's just making me aware of, I'm sorry?
Yeah, sorry, I'm listening, sorry.
Okay, that's all right. He's just making me aware of either travels or travel plans or wishes to travel further afield for you at the moment, and this being thoughts in your mind. Would you understand that?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, but it's actually to go on, what I want to say is like a soul mission, like a soul finding mission. So some sort of voyage of self-discovery at the same time, just to find you and to connect with you a little bit more. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, because he's encouraging you to go, and he's equally encouraging you to grow because he's showing me, if you like, what we call the self-help books. So all the sort of like the spiritual books and the Louise Hay books and anything like that. Those great readings for you to continue working with. All right. Now, He's just giving you
I work a lot and that sort of thing.
Okay, he's just giving you a real big push on with that. And I know it's a really important time for you to make these changes in your life and to come into your own, because it feels like you've outgrown everything that you have or where you are, and you need to find this new self of yours, which is what you're searching for. Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fabulous. And he's just encouraging you to go on with what you're doing, but very much to take it to the next level, because he says to me, there's a little bit of, forgive me, my darling, either fear or nervousness or something along those lines that are holding you back about taking the next step, because it feels like there's a brave commitment for you to do, because it's going to take more of your time. And he's just saying to you, you're going to have to take that action for things to change. And he says to me, it's really important because you will have to juggle other things in your life to make that work. And that's uncomfortable for you. But we have a saying in the UK, you can't have your cake and eat it. So something's got to give. But he gives you a huge amount of push and sort of goodwill and good fortune there to go on with your travels, because I feel that this will answer a lot of questions for you as you make your inroads into it. So I'm going to leave that with you and his love with you there, and wish you my very best of luck.
Thank you so very much for that.
You're
I really
welcome.
appreciate it.
You're so welcome, and good luck with it all. I wish you well. I really, really do. Okay, so thank you for calling in. And ladies and gentlemen, we're now going to go to Ashley in Marion, North Carolina. Ashley, good evening. Are you there?
Yes.
Hello, Ashley. How are you this evening? Are you well?
I'm good, yeah. How are you?
Excellent. And how is it I may help you this evening?
I didn't hear, I'm sorry.
How is it I may help you this evening?
Oh, I was just looking for basically a general reading.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now, straight away, I've got what feels to me like a mother connection comes in for you. Comes in quite hurried, quite nervous. Somebody that would be someone that would be not a people pleaser, but would want everything to be right with everybody. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Really, really, dear lady, it'd almost be if you knocked over a glass of water, she'd have wiped it up before the water hit the deck. Okay. So she's kind of like a really, really hot lady with her intent for the well-being of everyone and everything. She says to me at the moment, your heart's torn about what you know you need to do with the family around you and making certain choices about who you have in and out of your life. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, because it's one of these things where you can't please everybody all the time. And she's telling me that if she was here, she would be sort of beside herself, because where she wants to please everybody, she wouldn't be able to do that. And she would get in what we call a little bit het up about that, a little bit stressed. And she says she understands that that's quite difficult for you. She says it's actually been giving you a little bit of headaches here. She says because it's been given a little bit of stress, and you've been really finding it quite difficult to call, because it feels like you've got to balance what you need with what children need around you as well. Does that make sense in terms of how you split your time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And she says you can't win that one. You can't win that one. They're her words, not mine. And she's just saying you have to balance that as best you're able. Okay. But she says the most important person that you need to satisfy in all of this is what your needs are, not in terms of neediness, but in terms of what you must have for your life to flow as it needs to. And it very much feels like this is a bit of like a life lesson for you, something for you to master about how your time is used and how people rely on you, and where you put your boundaries up so that people don't take either advantage of you or lean on you too heavily, and then you end up suffering by not being able to enjoy one or the other. Are you with me?
Right, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. She's really, really lovely. She's quite an excited she's quite an excited lady here as she comes rushing in. She says to me that since she's gone, there's a beautiful, there's two. She's talking about two children that have been born, a boy and a girl, she's acknowledging. And boy, haven't they grown up? Yeah, she's saying, boy, haven't they grown up quick? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because it feels like they're young adults already, is the way she makes me feel with the image she puts through my mind.
Yes, yeah. They act like it anyway.
Yeah, and really, really excited. And I know here that the boy, as she says to me, he's very creative and he's got quite what I want to say is a fast brain on him. Does that make sense to you?
It does.
Yeah, okay, because she's saying, we got a super smart one here. And she's having a little joke because she says you want to be his manager because he's going to go somewhere and achieve things. And you're almost going to have to hang on to his coattails because she says his brain is always spinning. Okay, but I know that he's very close to mum because that's what she says. And he equally is the apple of mum's eye as mum is the apple of his eye. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, okay. I love you very much. Okay, as does mum. And she just comes in to give you that support at the moment and to let you know that whilst you're finding it quite difficult to balance the books, you know what, that's okay because it really is a difficult thing to do. She says sometimes as we go into new relationships or new parts of relationships there, as we change, people don't understand how we change and then therefore how our time is called on for us to balance everything in life. So she just comes in to send you all her love and to wish you well. So I'm going to leave her love with you and wish you all the very best.
Oh, thank you.
You're so welcome. You have a great evening.
You too.
Thank you, my darling. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming towards the end of the show, would you believe already? My name is Iain Mason. You can contact me for private readings and any contact or questions that you have. All my details are on www.iainmason.com, and you can find me on the usual offenders like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, my Facebook page, etc. It's been an absolute pleasure to share my time and love, attention and intention with you this evening to do the best that I can for you. Thank you very much to Danny and Ashley for phoning into the show, and we leave our love with you until we meet again next week. God bless you all.